Yes. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over the pseudo like this. So the way we fold is here and then come out. And typically you would think of this as a block like so. Okay? If that's the case, then why am I moving my hands there? And especially if I do one of these where I pull my hand back. So if the guy punched me, I wouldn't do this first because I'm going to get hit. Okay? So the explanation is the fold is actually the block. So as he punches, I'm folding here. So I'm deflecting with my right hand in this case. I'm going to grab with the left and then chop here. So notice that the hands are like this. So he punches again. And I'm blocking, grabbing, chopping to the throat or the side of the neck here. Okay? So that's a pseudo. And incidentally, if you pull the hands back like this, there could be an explanation for that as well. Let's say he punches with this hand. And I'm going to pull back here, come back, and I could either strike with it or actually do a takedown. Because he punches here, coming in here. And if I step behind and put my knee behind his knee, use my elbow and drop, I can actually knock the person down. Okay, well let's go to a rising block, what we usually think of as a rising block. So again, if he comes down just on top of my head, and I do this first, he's going to hit me. So there's got to be some other explanation for bringing the hand down and then up again. Yes, you could say that this generates power, but again, if the guy's coming down on top of my head, I don't want to go downwards, I want to go right upwards. So let's think of another explanation for this. Well, let's say he grabs my wrist. Okay. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to strike a pressure point here, and then come up and strike. So this is a very logical explanation for this move here. Okay. Let's take the arpchigi, or the inside block. Okay, so let's stand over this way. So again, if the person steps in and punches me, what I don't want to do is like pull my hands back because he's going to hit me at that point. So what can I be doing when I pull my hand back? Well, let's especially say if he comes in with like a hook punch, like a lot of people will out on the street. Just come in with a hook punch, and then I'm coming in here. So this is the block, and then strike here. So what we think of as the preparation is actually the block itself. What we think of as the block can actually be the strike. So I'm standing here, he does a hook punch, and I'm striking here, okay? Inside, outside block, okay? So the guy punches. If I do this, he hits me. So again, what am I doing with my hands like here, okay? Well, I could be blocking here. Notice where my bottom hand is, boom, and then come in like so. So this is like a covering motion. That explains why you shouldn't fold right down here. You should fold with your hands up before you do it here. Here's another one I kind of like. If he punches with the other hand, I'm actually going to do an arm break. So I'm blocking. Notice that I switched and grabbed, and I'm coming in here. And that way I could dislocate his elbow or even break the arm. Thus we have here, 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 here. That leaves us with the old down block, okay? And again, typically we would say the guy punches, or let's say he kicks. So he kicks me, boom, I'm going to come down and block it. But again, if the guy's starting to kick me, and I do this, I'm going to get hit. I wouldn't pull my arms back into a fold like we normally practice. So what could be another reason for this? Well, let's say he's punching me. So I'm going to block, and notice as I push down, I'm going to his triangulation point over here. He's off balance, so then I can do something else. So the block is actually comes out of the fold. He punches me, boom, here. All right. And needless to say, grab my wrist release. Grab my other wrist, pressure point strike here, okay? And here's one I kind of like. He reaches up and grabs me with one hand here. Well, let's just keep this one down for now, okay? Down block, the motion of the down block, where you're going to grab underneath and hit. So look what I've done. I've done like a reverse back fist to the back of the neck. Actually, this is gallbladder 20, this pressure point. So he comes up, I'm going to grab, pull down, strike. Now I'm going to grab here. If you remember the first step of Chunji, goes like so. First step of Chunji. He grabs me. First step of Chunji. Then I can strike. Okay. A few simple explanations for the basic blocks, adding some practical bunkai to it. Good enough.